Hey everybody, it's me, Comic Crack. How's it going, eh? It's pretty good here, right? Lots of snow, things are melting. It's beautiful outside. Yeah, enough of that. Got a package today, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I wanted to share. With you. These are the when I got the Basil Wolverton book for Christmas, I did some searching online just to find out more about a second volume of that book, if it was going to come out. And then I just started searching kind of eBay, just kind of looking for any old Wolverton books that he appeared in, just to kind of get a sense of what's out there, what kind of prices, and just see what kind of Wolverton weird stuff is available. And I ran into a couple of listings where they were some trading cards. And they were, yo, Jay-Z, how's it going, bud? Live indeed. I ran into a couple people selling trading cards like, I'm blanking on the word. They were like just special edition cards that were included, just kind of like as incentives, that sort of thing. So I did some digging and found the company that was doing the Wolverton trading cards. They had just finished. I just missed out on a Kickstarter for a new set. And they had a previous set called Barflies, and this new one I think was Basil Wolverton's Women, I think is what it was called. So I contacted the guy. I put the link in the description box if you want to check it out yourself. I believe he's still got sets of both available, but you'd have to look into it. So I contacted him and said, you know, I just missed the Kickstarter, but I'd still like to get in on this if you can. He's like, actually, you're perfect timing. I'm just waiting. Cards are coming back this week, et cetera, et cetera. So I got a bunch of stuff, and let's check them out. I'm pretty excited about these. One of the things which I'll show you when I open it up, he had this, one of the incentives that he had was you could get some of the plates, some of the printing plates for pretty cheap. So I picked up a couple of the plates as well. Let me figure out how to get into this sucker here. How are you, Jay-Z? What's going on? What's happening, man? I've been working, sort of. Today I was at work a little bit, but not much of the day. I don't know if any of you follow any sort of, if any of you are TMZ watchers, but if you are TMZ watchers, unfortunately, a show that filmed here made the TMZ playlist, and not in a good way. Dog's Purpose. Just have a look for that and you'll see what I'm talking about. I was not there on the day, just to say this out loud. I was not around. It was a day that I was not present. And it's not impressive, the shit that went down. So anyway, enough of that. You're good, still alive, which is a plus. That's always a plus. So we got a mess of stuff in here. Let's try to sort it out. Holy. What? Okay, I don't quite understand what is, whoa. Holy smokes. Okay, so that's Wolverton's Women. I'm very confused as to what he sent me here. He sent me a lot of shit, which is incredible. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. Oh, wow. Look at these. Okay. Sorry, there's a whole bunch of extra stuff in here that I wasn't aware of. Are they uncut cards? Oh, wow. Okay. Very, very cool. I guess these are the plates. Yeah, those are the plates. Okay. I think I understand what's going on. Holy smokes. He sent me a lot of stuff. some offcuts, some, let's have a look here. Sorry, I know this is riveting television. So let's look at what I got. Oh man, this is so cool. Old school kind of, okay. We'll just go through and we'll try to make sense of them as they go. So this is from the Basil Wolverton Women series, Basil's Women series. Looks like a dual card action there. And he's actually done, which I wasn't aware of, like a puzzle, the puzzle pieces on the back to make a bigger picture. So here's another. See those side by each right there. And then on the back, 2 pieces of a puzzle, which is incredible. That's such a great thing. They sort of line up. Again, it looks like he sent me a whole bunch of extra things. Wow. And here we have a little Basil Wolverton set number 2, Wolverton's Women, a checklist. And these look like they're from the Chicago non-sport card show, exclusive Basil Wolverton promo card. So there's that, and then an advertisement for Barfly still available, and then some more promo card action here. A whole bunch of promo cards. Build this fun 25-piece Basil Wolverton puzzle, and then maybe that'll focus there. If you can see that, that's the picture that can be built with. Here's another one there, another promo card. And on the back is the piece of the puzzle. Super, super cool. I'm going to have to really go through these. I won't show you all of these, but needless to say a stack of promo cards, a whole big bunch of them there. And then what are these ones here? Coming Christmas, Basil Wolverton 2, Wolverton's Women, coming Christmas 2016. So a little kind of advertisement type promo card. Another one, some color ones. More here. Wow, a ton of them. Anyway, a whole bunch more. The thing that I was interested in, and then here's a whole stack more. There's stacks upon stacks of promo cards, which I'll go through at a later point. The one thing that I was really interested in getting, he was offering the printing plates for, I think it was like $7.50 a piece. So I got 2 of the printing plates as well, and I'll show those to you. So on the back, it has certificate of authenticity, signed card number 13. From the set number 2, signed by him. Genuine printing plate used in the production of the trading card series published by R.R. Parks Cards. And then on the front, the printing plate itself. Super cool. I really, really like that idea of having the plates. I'll gently take it out of the protective sleeve there. I really like the idea of having the actual printing plates that made the card. I thought that was a really nice promo idea as I just drop it. I thought that was a really great promo idea. And that was something that was available through the Kickstarter, and something that I really wanted to get. So I was, that's why my initial email to him was, can I still get on board? And then here's the other printing plate. If I could still get on board the Kickstarter because of this reason to get these. And this is card number 4. Again, same certification of authenticity on the back, and then the printing plate itself. And this was for the red, and the other one was for yellow. And I mean, you can still see some of the ink on them as well. Super cool. That's a really, really great thing to have. I love it. And then there were these as well, which maybe I didn't read about it. This is Basil Wolverton etching, limited edition number 38. Again, signed and numbered. on from an edition of 40. Basil Wolverton 2, Wolverton's Women Trading Card Series. Etching number 1. Doesn't give much more information other than that. Oh yeah, so it's like etched into a heavy card stock. Incredible. That's incredible. I did not know these were coming. That's a bit of a surprise, as are all those other ones. And not only did I get that one, I got another one. Another etching. Again, again with dropping shit. Another one that says number 38 on the back too. Oh, I see. Edition number 38, card number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I understand now. So then there's etching number 3 of 4 from edition of 38, and then etching number 4 of 4 out of 38. And then there's a bunch of Basil Wolverton limited edition metal cards, number 38 as well, metal card number 1. These are unbelievable. These are really beautiful. Take that out of there and try not to touch it. These are heavy, heavy duty. So fucking cool. This guy does a hell of a job. And just totally finding him by a fluke. Yes, I have. I'm taking you. Yes, come back to my place. I'll show you my art. I really want to paint you. I just need to paint you right now. Good morning or afternoon there, Mr. Sleepy Reader. Nice to see you. Yeah, another metal one there too. So card number 2. Wow. Amazing. I guess these are a surprise. I guess I didn't read closely enough, or just it didn't sink in that it was going to be what it actually is. I'll take this one out as well too. These are just beautiful. I don't think Nerdy Vision, how the hell are you? Fellow Winnipegger. I don't know if the video is doing it justice, if the camera's doing it justice. I mean, you can see the gloss and the shine on it. You can see how thick those things are there maybe. These are really incredible. This is a highlight of this set. As much as it's cool getting the printing plates, this one is very, very impressive. The deep red color comes across really well. Holy crap, man. I'll just kind of fire through the rest of these. There's that, and then there's another great one there. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. I just absolutely love his art. His art is just unbelievable. And then there, the woman that appears on the back of the card on her own. A barfly, there you go. Boozing it up. Super fucking cool. That's really cool. So it was at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them, right? Awesome. That's amazing. And then we have the sets themselves. This is the first series. Get Basil Wolverton's Barflies 40 card collector set in a case, and we'll crack these open in 1 second. There's that, and then the new set is here, the 50 card collector set of Wolverton's Women. Yeah, it looks awesome. Reminds me of those wacky Pogs art. Yeah, I mean, it's great that there's still people doing trading cards, to be honest. Like, I think I've mentioned in a previous video, or maybe I didn't. I don't remember if I actually published the video or not. I used to be pretty heavily into trading cards and stuff, even when I was a kid, and then into adulthood. I kind of bought sets here and there. I've got quite a number of binders that are just filled with complete sets. Everything from like Ren and Stimpy to some Batman cards from the movie. DC type of cards. I've got Xena, Twilight Zone, all sorts of things. I love trading cards. I really, really love them. And it's nice to see that they're still kind of going strong, and let alone that this is just, by all accounts, it's just some dude who's making these sets. So it's not like it's associated with a huge company, although he must be doing fairly well to get the rights to print up these cards. But all growing up, we collected all sorts of cards and stuff. I mean, I was a big hockey card collector and that sort of thing. Even though I was never a huge sports guy, it was more about, I think it was, I think it's apparent, it's more about it was the collecting bug aspect of it. Like, here's a set of something that's numbered and you have to get a whole set and yada, yada. That's cool. So printed on the inside as well. Oh, wow. So then the puzzle, oh, shut the hell up. And like I said, this kind of thing really takes me back. Having the puzzle pieces on the backs of the cards is such a huge thing that I remember from childhood. And these are super glossy. I didn't realize these would be so nice and glossy. This is something that really takes me back, having the pieces of a puzzle on the backs of the cards to be able to put together. I think the Ren and Stimpy set that I have has a similar thing. A lot of the other cards that I have, they just have more information on the back. It's rare that I just don't see them. Also, there's some glossy and then the rest are matte. Still beautiful. So here's just kind of a sample of the actual cards. Here's one of the glossy ones. Looks awesome. Reminds me of those wacky. The cards are nice. Wolverton is great. Did you ever get those Desert Storm cards? No, I didn't. I know what you're talking about, but I bought those as a kid and totally regret chucking them when I got older. Well, and that was the thing, right? Like, especially with a lot of the sports type cards, I had friends who were into sports and ended up, pardon me, giving the cards away to them. And who knows? I mean, it's a whole, if trying to get into comics and trying to get into that world of kind of reselling and things can be such a headache. Trading cards, from the limited knowledge I have of trading cards, is even more insane to kind of get into. I mean, because you really have a specific time. I mean, someone's bringing up Pokemon here. I thought I see, yeah, Nerdivision is talking about Pokemon and Magic and those sort of things. When we go to the comic shop, they also Galaxy also deals with trading cards, mostly Magic and Pokemon and things like that. But there's guys in there, they're cracking open packs and they're selling them right back to the store on the spot. It really feels like with trading cards, there's a really limited window, especially with something like Pokemon, where they're bringing out a new set every couple of months. You've got to really, somebody described it as like, it's like the kids playing the stock market, you know what I mean? In a window of an hour, all of a sudden this card is worth $20. An hour and 5 minutes pass and it's worth $5, you know what I mean? It's really this, in the moment, if you really want to get into trading cards and actually try to make some money off them, it's a hell of a thing to try to accomplish. My way of storing trading cards, I have the sleeves. Like, you can buy the 9 sleeves. It's like a sheet. It's basically one sheet and it's got 9 pockets on them, and you just put them in there, front and the back side, depending on the set. These ones I'd probably put in once, and then I just put them in a binder, like an old school binder, and then they can sit on a shelf and they're protected that way. Some people keep them in like something like this, keeping it in the sleeve and then putting it in the binder might be a way to do it, just to give it that added layer of protection, since there's something that I'm imagining this could scratch if you're not careful. But that seems to be the way to do it. That's the way that I've always done it. Yeah, some of the cards I did collect, we did play the games like DC Overpower. I think I've talked about that before. That's a really fun game, actually. It's a really, really great game. I've got a bunch of extras. My son and I have played it a few times, and my ex-wife, when I was picking up the cards, she humored me and played a couple of times with me. It wasn't quite her thing, but I really like the game itself. Pokemon, my son has collected a lot, and some of his friends, they sort of play the game. They play a version of the game, but they don't play it a lot. For them, it's more about collecting and trading and that sort of thing. They're big into the trading. I had a bunch of sports cards too for no reason at all. I think I was trying to be normal, and that was my best attempt. Yeah, that's very funny. I just have my Mobius and Frazetta cards tucked away here and there. Yeah, and I mean that's the Mobius cards that you sent me. I so far I just have them tucked away. I just need to go out and buy a few more sleeves. I think you can buy them by the pack, and I think you can get like 10 sheets at once or something like that. I've seen them. I've even seen them at a place like Toys R Us. They have the sleeves as well too. But I'm sure you can get stuff at any specialty like gaming type of store. Even some of the comic shops, I'm sure you can buy the sleeves. And then it's just nice. That Mobius set, actually, Damien, I looked online. There was a guy selling like an entire box of the cards, and a bunch of other ones. A Frazetta, I think it was a Frazetta box as well too. I think it was a 10 different boxes of various cards. Most of the cards didn't really appeal to me, but that Mobius set, I love those cards. Those are just really, really well done. I wouldn't mind that whole set. I'm sure it's available somewhere online, buying the whole set as one. But and that was the thing. Again, it's this whole kind of fine line with collecting, because when it gets to that sort of thing, like I used to have packets and that weren't ripped open just to save those, and there was the temptation always to get like a sealed box, and it's like, well, what's the point of getting a sealed box? I want the cards. So I started buying like full sets instead of buying individual packages to try to collect the whole set. I would just buy entire sets. Like I'd see somebody that was selling at like a convention or something or online, and just get the entire set at once. There's a limit. I mean, it's nice to have some of these things, but it also does fall into that trap of, Mr. Tom with the Pokemon, right? He buys 5 packages. Out of the 5 packets, he has like 10 doubles, and a couple of triples. It's that whole, they've got you. You got to get the whole set. You got to keep buying them. So you want to keep buying them and you want to get the whole set, right? So a little bit of a slippery slope. You have Corbin cards somewhere too. That would be super cool to see. I bet you those are beautiful. And that's the thing. It's just a cool little way to focus on an artist. So here's the checklist for number 2. I will just kind of look through some of the cards. But I don't know. I've always got a kick out of trading cards, and I mean the big thing that I'm sure a couple of you guys remember is getting the cards with the stick of gum in it, or collecting the stickers. Lillian has just started. We got her a Zootopia book and some stickers because they had the stickers for $1 a package, I think, at Toys R Us. So we got her a bundle of those and a book for Christmas. It was kind of a stocking stuffer type of thing, and she'll do a few stickers every once in a while, and it was fun. I loved that kind of stuff as a kid. I remember specifically taking our allowance and walking down to our convenience store, the IGA, which was about a 20-minute walk probably, and we'd buy cards or we'd buy stickers, and then we'd put them in sticker albums or go through the cards and eat the gum, and it was just an event, right? It was just something that you would do. Here we go. So here's the card that I have the plate for the red. It was just kind of cool part of childhood that I have fond memories of. And as a lot of this stuff ends up being, there's obviously some nostalgia in with all of these kind of things that we end up doing, even if it is comics and reading more adult stories. There's still a bit of nostalgia attached to all of it. I just wish that's the one thing I miss. I wish these cards smelled like the bubble gum, because that was always a great thing, that horrible stick of thin bubble gum that was just disgustingly good. But again, I mean, it's Wolverton, man. I love Wolverton. So I'm really glad to have these as part of the Wolverton collection now that I seem to be starting. I would really like to pick up some early appearances of his in some of those early comics that he was in. I know the horror ones can be hit and miss. I started at the last big C4 convention. I started looking. There was a guy that was specifically selling like he had boatloads of 50s horror, and I had a brief look through it. It's a world that I just don't know the first thing about, so I didn't really know where to start looking. And once I did start looking, I was like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Maybe I shouldn't be opening up this avenue just yet. Let's focus on the underground stuff for now and save the 50s horror for another time. Let's see what's happening there as I kind of show you some of these. I won't go through all of them. It's just I'm giving you something to look at while we're chatting here. Yeah, those Batman cards from the '89 movie, they had the gum. Yeah, I think the sets that I have as well too. And then Nervision saying, we missed the opportunity to buy those Pokemon sealed boxes back in the 90s. Apparently they're worth $1,000 now per box, which I completely believe. Oh, sorry, that's sideways. I'm looking at the comments. I totally believe that. And that's the thing, right? It's always that, oh man, if only I would have. And it's tough to keep up with that kind of shit, because at the time, who the hell knew that my kids would still be playing with Pokemon? Look at that one. That's a great one. That's a really good card right there. Love that image. He's so great. He was just such a weirdo. His art is just the art of an absolute weirdo. Actually, the only cool cards I had was Yo MTV Raps cards, but I don't think I have them anymore. I think I must have become anti-card around the time I sold all my toys and stuff. Got to grow up, right? Yeah, totally. And that's, I think, the thing, right? You get rid of a lot of stuff. But there's some things I just couldn't get rid of, because I've gotten rid of a lot of shit over the years too. But some things you just kind of end up taking with you. Yes, Nerdivision, the back of the cards do connect. So yeah, maybe that was before you tuned in. There's puzzle pieces on the back that you then piece together to make a bigger picture, which I love. And as I was saying before, that really reminds me of being a kid. That sort of thing is incredible. Rez Reeds, how's it going, Rez? Nice to see you as well, Damien. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry I don't have too much more to talk about other than just collecting cards, but it was nice to see you anyway. I'll just show you a couple more here, and then we'll crack open the first set there. Those cards are hot, pretty sexy. Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, I mean, he's got a little bit of Charles Burns-y type of style for sure. I can see that Burns would have got a bit of influence from guys like this. But I mean, the thing that I love, that I've always loved about Wolverton, was just below this, especially when he was trying to pass himself off as kind of, especially in this book that I'm reading, when they talk about it, he was really trying to get his comics published in these sci-fi comic books, anthologies, and that sort of thing. He was really, it felt like he was trying to achieve a level of normalcy, but he just couldn't disguise his fucking weirdness. Because even in the cards even in the comics that were quote unquote a little more kind of mainstream, one of the things I found most fascinating, he would still get comments back from the editor saying, hey, this one particular character is a little too strange looking, and why does he have to look like that? And he might be a little scary for children. He just couldn't hide the fact that he was a weirdo, and he loved drawing just weird shit. And I love that about him. I love the fact of somebody who was trying to be a little more mainstream. He just couldn't bring himself to do it. He just couldn't repress that urge to have a character who looked just whacked out and just really crazy. Oh, here we go. So here's one of the cards, those halves that I have the whole piece for somewhere over here. Anyway, I can't dig it out now, but it's one of the things that I really admire about the guy. One of the things that really blows me away. I respect a man with a bit of weirdness. Oh, here we go. So here's the two cards that then make the one image, which I've got an uncut one there. A promo that's uncut, which is pretty awesome. So that's pretty cool. And then on the back, of course, oh yeah, these ones will line up better. And then of course on the back is two pieces of the puzzle. Yeah, I mean, I know what I'm going to do for the next little while. sit and put these puzzle pieces together. Expect to see some photos on Twitter. Anyway, that's enough of that one. Let's have a little, I don't want to take up too much of your time just looking through trading cards. Let's have a quick rifle through the first set here and see what this had going for it. Yeah, so I mean, again, it's another, I put the link. John, Dr. Von Schiller, how the hell's it going, man? I put the link to his website. It's rrparkscards.com. The link is in the description. Check him out. Like I said, it's just really good to know that there's guys that are out there doing trading cards and doing quality trading cards too. These are great. I think he has a here's an ad for it right here. He has a Three Stooges series as well. Here's an advertisement for that. Series 3, actually. Hey, look at that. Chronicles of the Three Stooges. Sorry, I didn't bring my glasses. Oh, hey, look at that. Coming soon, the Chronicles of the Three Stooges, Series 3 with 3D cards, 1950s style cards, base and subsets, foil chase and puzzle subsets, box toppers, relics, and more. 10 cards to a pack and 36 packs to a box. And look for the official collector's kit too. So there's the back of that ad. So yeah, any Stooges fans, any Three Stooges fans, there you go. That's for you. So yeah, I mean, check out his site. He looked like, and in dealing with him, a super nice guy, really, really nice guy, super accommodating to, oh my God, they're so great. Really, really nice fucking job. Just easy to deal with, no issues whatsoever. Everything came packed nicely. Yeah, he made a point of making sure I wouldn't get dinged at the border, which seemed to have worked. So this is the bar flies, common types of bar flies. Oh, look at that. So do these ones not have? No, these ones don't have the puzzle backs. And it just gives you some information about the set on the back and the card number, of course. The man of the spaghetti hair, Basil Wolverton. Hey, John, did you get my, I haven't looked, did you get my message on your video about this backing board project that you have going? If there is room, this guy right here, I'd love to get in on that. If that's still a possibility, then that way you have 2 people in Canada to send it to. Look at that, just fantastic. I really need to, this reminds me, I really need to finish up the Plop series that I've got a chunk of books from just for the Wolverton covers. Just such a great set. Bartender water. In other deep respects, he is kind to non-biting insects. He abhors invaders from space. He flees from storm window salesmen. This is continued from card number 1. So looks like there's a little thread of a story of some kind going from card to card, which is pretty cool. I don't know if that's going to focus. Doesn't seem to be focusing. Maybe if I bring it really close. Anyway, very cool. I'll just show you a couple more here, and then we'll call it a day. What else do I have to tell you? There's I can PM you for sure. I think I still have your email too. I'll shoot you an email there, John. That would be great. I'll shoot you an email instead, and I'll give you my address. Ending tonight, I don't want to talk about it too much. I'm trying to work out a deal on a boatload of underground comics. I love that one. That's a great one. Seriously, man, like the time to do that noodle hair is unreal. I'm trying to work out a deal of a stack of underground comics. They're in pretty low grade. Trying to get them for kind of $2 a book. They're 70 low grade undergrounds. Some doubles, but quite a lot that I don't have. And it's one of those things that, again, I mean, it's appropriate that you hear it this time there, John, because I've been seeing your videos about collecting lower grade comics. And I mean, the books that I don't have in this kind of huge stack are ones that I'm really just wanting for my collection. So it's one of those things that it doesn't really matter to me that they're in low grade. Some of them, and then that said, the photos that I've seen, some of them are in better shape than others. There's definitely a few that are like $1 or $2. Even if you were to buy them singly, you know, they're not expensive books, but the fact that I can try to get a stack of these would be great. And the other ones can go into the ever-growing pile of gifts that I have stacked. And I usually collect only low grade is what Rez is saying. Yeah, I mean, for sure. And I mean, that's mainly my thing as well. I don't care as much about grade for the most part. Obviously, as I think I've said in videos before, there is a limit. Like, I like to have the covers attached. I don't like pages ripped, that sort of thing. So there is a limitation to even the low grade stuff that I do collect. Check that out. That's a great looking card there. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm not adverse to getting the low grade books, as you've seen. If anybody saw the Daredevil video that I just had the other day, that's a pretty low grade book as far as that goes, and it doesn't bother me whatsoever because I have the fucking issue, right? So it really doesn't bother me. It's more about having the comic and reading the comic. There you go. Yeah, so anyway, and here's another one of this. What did I have? Was this one of the metal? Yeah, this was one of the metal cards too. I'll show you those side by side. So there's that. That's great. These metal cards just completely blow my mind. They're really, really beautiful. So, I mean, again, I can't say it enough. If you're into trading cards or if you're into Basil Wolverton, really visit the RR Parks website and pick yourself up a set. Oh my God. Just twisted. Yeah, I mean, just pick yourself up a set, contact the guy. And again, if you're into this kind of level of collectors, he does have the printing plates that you can purchase for $7.50 a piece. I think it's a steal. But a super cool little collectible thing to have. These are going to get a really prestigious place. I'm going to have to figure out, I'll find a special book for them and maybe print off some Wolverton art for the front cover and really make a nice book out of the whole thing. Super, super cool. Yeah, I mean, I think I told Richard about my website or about the YouTube channel. So Richard, if you are watching this, thank you so much. I really appreciate getting in on this. Amazing work, man. Really, really cool. I definitely have his site bookmarked now for any future sets that he might have coming out that I'll be interested in. But yeah, everybody else, thank you so much for joining me on my little adventure into my time collecting cards. Very, very cool. Really excited about these. Super cool sets, people. Thank you very much for watching. Rez, nice to see you. John, Jay-Z, Damien, Nerdy Vision. Nice to see everybody. Thanks for spending some time with me this afternoon. And we'll talk to y'all real soon.